Welcome, everyone, to this edition of Cyber Straight Talk Shorts. I'm Linda Zecker, along with my co host, Catherine Mahalik. So, happy holidays, everyone. I mean, holidays are always a time to think about the past year and kind of the goals for next year. And so, my thoughts, I've been a little overwhelmed by all the technology changes that have been happening, especially with AI. So much is happening, it's so easy to forget about some really basic things like cyber hygiene.
Yeah, it's you know, uh, one of the recent stories in the news that made me really think about this is Littleton, Massachusetts. They actually did a story about it on 60 Minutes also. In Littleton, Massachusetts, excuse me, everybody, I have the Christmas cold. Littleton, Massachusetts, along with, I think in my notes, I want to look 200 or so plus
Yeah.
small communities and utilities were recently infected by the Chinese, by the PRC, and they went in and they were sitting in Littleton's network for more than 300 days.
Wow.
And they gathered a lot of stuff. There was no customer data taken, but they pulled a lot of operational stuff. They showed that they can do it. Goodness knows how many other places there were. And, it got me thinking, and I spent a whole day last week just looking at if I'm a small town, what am I supposed to do? I mean, this cost Littleton $50,000 to rebuild their network. Those small towns don't have that kind of money. So if I'm a small town or a small business or an individual, I don't have a lot of money to go, load the biggest, latest, greatest cyber stuff. What can I do myself? What are the things? Now, typically they tell you there's like five low cost, no cost things you can do, but really in the end, that's even still overwhelming for men. I mean, Linda, how long have we been doing IT?
Forever, forever,
Forever,
forever. I don't want to
ever.
talk about it. It's a long time.
A long time, see, gray hair. Um, and so there are certain things that I make sure that I personally do, and we recommend to our small towns and companies that we talk to, huh? And one of the things, remember back in the day, they told you, don't ever write your passwords down. Well, I'm going to go rogue and I'm going to tell you, write your passwords down. Because if you're using the same password over and over again, and it gets leaked once, you're toast.
Well, I
So,
actually had that happen to me, Catherine. And I found out that my one of my passwords was out on the dark web. And my son, who's a technology person and does all this kind of stuff, said, Mom, change all your passwords. Your password is out on the dark web. Who knew?
right. So I'm recommending, I told you I'm going rogue, right? I found this on Amazon. It's a lovely password book, or you can use what I used to use, which is just a little address book. And I write down all of my websites, all of my accounts, and I make sure my passwords are super strong. Hard to remember if I just had to remember them. And I personally am not too crazy about saving them in the password savers. I'm going old fashioned. I'm going pencil and paper so that this time of year I scrub through all my passwords, I change them, erase the old, put in the new.
Well, the funny thing about that is that people are always afraid to write down their passwords. But if someone's breaking into your house or breaking into your office or whatever, they're grabbing your computer. They're not looking around for, does she have a password book? I mean, it's just common sense. So it
Correct.
really, I mean, it makes a lot of sense to write them down. But the thing that's been kind of, I've been thinking about a lot that I've been really worried about is all around, gift cards. I mean, 78% of seasonal employees at like Target, Walmart, all the big box stores and every place else, they receive absolutely no social engineering training. So they have no training in anything that has to do with cyber and things like that. And 50% of the retailers experience a real strained cyber workforce due to employee turnover and employee shortages and a lack of people that really understand this. So when you think about gift cards, you're calling in to these call centers, you're talking to these individuals on the phone, or maybe you're just using the gift card at the store. There's a lot of vulnerability here. And it's really, I hadn't really thought about this that much, but during the pandemic, everyone was doing gift cards. Everyone
Oh
was doing
yeah.
gift cards because you were not having, events where you were actually exchanging
Right.
gifts. In 2021, between January and September, 35 million was reported in losses of gift cards alone at Target, just Target. And you think about that, it's crazy. And the other thing that I'd never thought about, which really blew my mind, because I have a lot of kids in the family and some of them are teenagers. And what do you buy them? You give them a gift card. That's all they want.
Right.
And so there's this thing called card draining. And I'd never heard of this, and it involves tampering with physical gift cards on retailer displays. So, like if you go into Target or you go into Walmart or you go into one of these stores, they have the big, display, and you're checking out and you grab one for Starbucks or you grab one for here, you grab
Right.
one for there. Little did I know that this card draining and that these bad actors, fraudsters, they go in and they look at these cards and they get the QR codes off the cards. They just, they copy them, the strip that's on the card that
Right.
they use. They copy those and then they monitor in their systems for these card numbers. And so they have automated software that then looks at these card numbers the moment it's used, and then they drain the funds immediately on the remainder of the card. So if you've ever gone to the store and you thought you had $100 on your gift card and you find out you'll have $0 on your gift card, you used maybe 10 and you had 90 left, it's been drained. And that's a whole scam that I never thought about.
Me either. And some of us have done a little bit of shopping. My new purchases. Isn't this adorable? Christopher Robin on my new cup. Um, and right now, I mean, I don't know about your email box, but mine is like plethora of 50% off, Cyber Monday, Cyber Friday, Cyber, and it's deals, deals, deals. It's crazy. When I get these emails of offers, I never click through to the website because if they have my email name, when I log in or if I go there and as soon as I put my email, they're going to give me the same offer that they emailed me with. So I prefer to be proactive and just go to the website. You get the same offers. Don't click because that's another thing. I've checked, I've gotten a few. Oh, and the other thing is your delivery's here. Your delivery was misdone. No, it wasn't. Don't click. Don't look at that text and say, oh, this is so convenient. Do not click. UPS has a nice little chat function. If you log on, they also have a 1-800 number. I had a package that was delivered to the wrong address. They took care of it immediately. So, phishing, gift card scams, and please clean up your passwords. And you know what? Let's go old school. Get your password book. This is a very pretty one I found at Amazon. And if not, just use an old-timey address book. They work just as well.
Well, I'll wrap up with one last thought that you should have in follow up to what you were saying. I'm a big Instagram user. I love Instagram. It's one of the first things I do in the morning, and I'm a sucker right now at Christmas time for all of these ads that are coming up on Instagram. And the other day, I actually clicked on something that I thought, like, oh, I've got to buy this. This is great. This will be a great gift. And Instagram popped up and said, this is a fraudulent site. And I thought to myself, you know what? I bought a lot of things off Instagram, and I've gotten so now that when I do it, I always use PayPal because at least I have some protection, not much, but some protection. But I know that I have bought things before because when they're shipped in, they come from China that
Mhm.
probably came from sites that I shouldn't have been on. So it's just something else to think about because Instagram is so easy to shop now, hit the shop
Oh,
now,
yeah.
hit the buy now.
Guilty.
And I am big on that. So
Guilty.
anyway, yeah. So anyway, thank you everyone. And it's great that you could all join us for this edition of Cyber Straight Talk Shorts. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday. Stay safe and stay cyber safe and think about these things because it can happen to you. It's happened to all of us. So
Yeah.
thank you again. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa, all of those things. And if happy winter solstice too, for those of us who follow the sun and the moon.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.